Hello, Chris from My Stamp Lady. I'm so glad you're here to stamp with me today. Today we're using the Christmas Pines bundle, so it includes this stamp set and this die set, and also using the Pine Bough Embossing folder. So we're going to start with the Pine Bough Embossing folder because I want to change it up a little bit. You can see that the Pine Bough embossed will be coming from this upper right corner, and if I put my cardstock in there and run it through the Big Shot, that's where it will run. I want it from the upper left corner, so instead of using it the way I would normally use it, I am just going to rotate it like this, put it in here, and run that through the Big Shot. Okay, so when I take that out of the Big Shot, then you can see my embossing is in that upper left corner. I want to highlight my pine cone up in this corner, so I'm going to take my garden green ink pad and a sponge dauber, and I'm going to just tap onto the ink pad. And when I do this, I start off and come in and I have a very, very light touch so that it gets a little more even as I am sponging over my pattern. And you continue to do this until you have the coverage that you want. Okay, so then once you have the coverage that you want, and I wanted it to go from the upper left corner coming down, I'm going to ink up my sentiment and stamp that in this corner down here. So once you have your sponging done and your sentiment stamped, I can just go ahead and mount this right onto my Cherry Cobbler cardstock mat. I've cut these down a bit, and you can see all of the dimensions of my cardstock on my website, mystamplady.com. And I can go right ahead and mount this onto my card base. Now I want to decorate the pine bough area with pine cones. So I have a piece of chocolate chip cardstock, and this is the stamp I picked from the stamp set. First of all, I'm going to brush that with my embossing buddy, and then ink that up in Versamark, stamp that, and then we'll take the gold embossing powder and sprinkle that over that, tap that off, and heat set. Okay, once that has turned shiny, I know that the heat set is done. And now I will grab the coordinating die. So from the die set, I'm grabbing the die that coordinates with this pine cone, and I'll run it through the Big Shot. Okay, so I've cut that out. I did another one ahead of time, so now I have two of my pine cones, and I'm going to set those right there. I ran the smaller bow through the Big Shot with the die, and the die brush will help you pop that right out if it doesn't come out on its own. So I'm going to use a mini glue dot to set down that little bow, but it's pretty narrow, so I'm taking my scissor and just kind of rolling up that mini glue dot. There we go. And we'll just mount that up there. Finish this card up, I'm going to take my fine tip glue pen. I'm going to add a few sequins, gold stars from the metallic sequin collection. Okay, so there my background is softly sponged over the embossed area. If you have any questions about how I've done this card, don't hesitate to contact me, Chris, at mystamplady.com. All of the supplies are available in my online store at shopwithmystamplady.com. Thanks for stamping with me today.